Along with the All-Star team of Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson. Well, if you like scoring, we've got you covered.
Yes, we do. Two high-powered offenses, and they're not just talented, they're relentless.
Tip-off goes to the Celtics. And here's Holiday. Pass to Brown. Launches a three. Rebounded by Lopez.
Defense dodged the bullet that time. Total breakdown.
Antetokounmpo outside. Kicks it out to Middleton. And a miss there on the triple.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Now here's Tatum. They kick it out to Porzingis. That falls. Nice feed that time from Tatum.
Few bigs stretch the floor like Porzingis. He can be just deadly from the arc.
Lillard with the ball. Guarded now by Holiday. Antetokounmpo can't connect.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
And that one drops for him.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
And it's going to be out of bounds. Boston will have another go. Almost 2 minutes into the first here. Back to Brown. Takes the three. Drops in the three.
Well, you know, when Brown's hitting the three, it really opens up this offense.
And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take two from the free throw line. Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
And he can't hit the second.
And Giannis will just about do anything the coaching staff asks. A true team player.
And Grant, the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
You're spot on, B.A. You surround them with shooting, and you have the makings of an offensive juggernaut.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Bucks. They trail by 1. Jackson for 3. Hauled in by Brown. Pass to Porzingis. Fires the 3. And no good.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots, better selections. You have to be set up for success.
Oh, deflected. Oh, stolen by Lillard. The 3 is up. Boston pulls it in. Pass to Porzingis. Here's Tatum. Outside Porzingis. Kick out to Brown. Let's go with a 3. Nails it from 3. Brown's got 6.
A dangerous shooter from all areas. Brown's eyes get real big when he shoots these corner 3s.
For 3, here's Lillard. Unable to get that one. Boston leading by 4. Outside Holiday. Back to Tatum. Off target with the 3. And so it's Lillard who brings up the ball for the Bucks. And the call will be against Derek White. That's his first foul. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Screen by Antetokounmpo. To the inside. And out of bounds. Boston will have it. Now let's send it over to Allie LaForce, who was able to talk with Joe Mazzulla.
We discussed the challenges a player like Giannis Antetokounmpo presents for his defense, and coach responded saying he's a handful for sure. I told our guys to make sure we seal up any lanes to the basket and just try to make him beat us with his jumper. It won't be easy, but coach feels like they'll be able to make it a little more difficult for Giannis. Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Here's Lopez. And another miss by Milwaukee. Holiday with the ball. Still no points. Pass to White. Fires it from 18. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
I didn't see that coming. He sinks a pretty dicey shot.
And he lobs it up top. And stolen by Holiday. Outside, Brown. Pass to Porzingis. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Bucks trail by 9. Here's Antetokounmpo. And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Here's Porzingis. Oh, it's Porzingis with the jam.
Even after that serious knee injury, Porzingis with the spring to flush it.
Here's Lillard. Offline from the top of the key.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
Horford for 3. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. We've got 22 seconds left in the first. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Here's Middleton. Boston pulls it in. Holiday looking for an opening. Back to Porzingis. Gets it up. Kristaps Porzingis getting it done for Boston. He had solid production this quarter with scoring and rebounding. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Celtics.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And here's Lopez from the arc. Counted from distance. Lopez has gotten himself on the board with a three there. Tatum from long range. Jason Tatum, he's a sharpshooter.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Back to Jackson. Shot clock at 6. And the Bucks hit again from deep.
That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
Pass to Lopez. Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Boston leading by 9. Tipped away. And we're going to have a jump ball.
Jump ball.
Pass to Antetokounmpo. Back to Lopez. And it's Lopez with the jam.
Talk about strength and athletic ability. Lopez can maneuver against his opponents down low.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Back to Tatum. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. That's on Brook Lopez. And, Coach, you took the Magic to the 2009 NBA Finals. Give us an idea of the different kind of pressure that exists in the finals.
Well, I didn't really feel as much pressure, but at the end of it, it was excruciating to get that close and to have a chance and then to lose in 5 games. Like, you know, even then going through it, that it's going to be hard to get another chance at it. So I would just sum it up and say excruciating.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, last season, Jason Tatum surpassed 10,000 career points. He said, "It sounds crazy. I always think about when I was a kid growing up with my mom and saying I wanted to be in the NBA. I may have thought I would be one of the best players, but to actually do it is a surreal feeling." Brian, he's being honest.
Yeah, dreams do come true, Allie. Thank you. Here's Hauser. They lead by 11, largest margin of the game. Jackson on the wing. Antetokounmpo inside. Lopez for 3. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Celtics lead by 11. Pass to Porzingis. The 3.
Just an effective shot blocker. Lopez using all of that 7 feet, and he does a great job of picking his spots.
Tatum inside. He's got 10. Middleton outside. Antetokounmpo outside. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis.
Got Got to be careful shooting around Porzingis. His length is so capable of erasing shots.
Tatum. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Antetokounmpo inside. Over Porzingis. And good as it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Antetokounmpo's got 6.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. 6 points for him. And it's Lopez with the jam.
And that's just Giannis making the right play, feeding the open man.
Outside, Brown. Right side, Tatum. Again, the miss by Boston.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Pass to Green. And there's a defensive 3-second call. Milwaukee shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game. And the technical free throw is good. Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, B.A. The Bucks know they are a high-level team, but they want to dominate the competition on another level.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Portis. The baseline J is off the mark. Celtics lead by 6. Brown looking around. Oh, Jaylen Brown! A strong finish.
Terrific finish there from Brown. He goes up strong and absorbs the contact.
Portis, left side. And he lays it up and in.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
Boston on offense. They've led by as many as 11. And they go to the intentional foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Now here's Holiday. He's scoreless. The floater. Trent with the defensive effort. Pass to Green. 3-pointer. Hits the 3-pointer. Now just a 3-point Boston lead. Outside White. Launches it. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Well, that's a gut punch to him to have. Just demoralizing.
And so it's the Boston Celtics leading by 6 as we wrap up the quarter. They've kept their concentration on limiting Damian Lillard, and it's been working. We'll be right back. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. The Bucks trail by 6. Portis outside. Pass to Trent. Up top, Portis. 6 to shoot. Here's Middleton. Tipped. Outside White. The 3. It's hauled in by Portis. And so Trent will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Outside for Green. Trent outside. Middleton up top. The Bucks need to get up a shot here. Portis for 3. Holiday grabs the miss. Celtics lead by 6. Here's Tillman. Pass to Cornet. Can't cash it in from close range. Portis down low. Trent outside. Portis with it. Off with the layup. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Inside, pass to Cornette. Lets it go from deep. Milwaukee with the rebound.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
Milwaukee, no good that time either. And, Coach, you look at Derek White, maybe not the biggest name, but he is a winning player.
Yeah, Brian, he's one of the most underrated players in the league. He's got a great feel for the game at both ends of the court. He is tremendously solid across the board.
Here's Portis. And then Portis with the dunk.
We haven't seen many buckets like that one. These teams have struggled to dial in their shooting.
Yeah, the score is also the result of quality defense. These teams are almost doing more on that end.
And Stan, you got into coaching right after college. When did you know you wanted to be a coach?
Brian, that's easy. As soon as I figured out that I didn't have much of a future as a player, I knew I wanted to stay involved in the game. I wanted to coach.
Brown with the steal. And here we go, the Celtics on the run. Oh, Tatum slams it home.
It's not surprising to see Tatum taking over offensively. I mean, he's capable of doing this on a nightly basis.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Both teams deciding to change it up. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Lillard. Cans it from the wing. Lillard's got 5 points.
And if you're guarding Dame in the pick and roll, you need to stop the ball. Lillard can just eat you alive.
Pass to Porzingis. Oh, it's blocked by Lopez. Lillard looking around. Here's the three. Can't get it to drop. Boston leading by 6. Now here's Brown. Back to Tatum. Antetokounmpo with the block.
Yeah, such an imposing defensive force. Giannis with the great timing on the rejection.
And that one's good. Porzingis.
Yeah, showing off that ability to stretch the floor. Seems like everyone is a threat at the arc these days.
Now here's Lillard. He's got 5. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Just money from the line. Tatum knows the importance of making free throws.
Boston on offense. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Pass to Pritchard, and the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. And the Celtics lead by 13.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Here's Antetokounmpo. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
He hits the second from the line. There's a minute 26 left in the third quarter. Outside, Brown. Look at Brown getting it done inside.
And that's good decision-making by Brown in the pick and roll. He'll make the right read more often than not.
Here's Lillard. There's 57 seconds left in the third quarter. Goes back up. Horford pulls it in.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
Here's Cornette. 14 points, their largest margin of the game. From outside the arc, Lillard pulls down the board. And so it's Lillard who brings up the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. Screen by Antetokounmpo. Nice move. In close. Antetokounmpo delivers.
Yeah, this is when they need to lean on him more. Get him the ball and let him build some momentum.
Pass to Cornette. And here's Horford for three. And so it's the Boston Celtics now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. They've been in total control in this game, and they hope it continues. Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Boston leading by 12. Back to Tatum. Horford outside. Oh, great D that time from Portis. Giannis driving inside. Three-pointer is up. Middleton drills it from deep.
I'll tell you what, I mean, it feels like Middleton can shoot from anywhere, but he's especially deadly from the corner.
Tatum gets the bucket. And the Celtics lead by 11.
And it gets even worse for them. I mean, he just waltzes down the lane, extending their advantage. Not good.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
6 on the shot clock. Tries to break his ice. Again, Milwaukee.
What's incredible, he doesn't need much space to let it fly. Lillard's shooting touch does wonders for his team's spacing.
They recover it. Outside Tatum. Horford, right side. Down low. Here's Pritchard. Good, and it's Horford who picks up the assist.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Lillard outside. Back to Antetokounmpo. Got a hand on it. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Celtics.
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the three.
Boston leading by 11. Outside, Brown. Outside, Porzingis. KP to the cup. The kick to Tatum. From deep three-point range. The shot by Holiday, no good. Lillard outside. Lets it fly. Boy, clanks that one off the back iron and it falls. Lillard's gotten 4 this quarter. Pass to Porzingis. We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Again, the miss by Boston. The Bucks trail by 9. Back to Lillard. Outside for Green. No good with the triple.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Here's Tatum. It's hauled in by Portis.
With the defense absent, that was a great opportunity, but no go.
Antetokounmpo outside. And he drives in. Antetokounmpo puts one in off the drive.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
Outside Porzingis. Outside Holiday. Oh, stolen by Lillard. A clear look for Green. Boston with a rebound. They've led by as many as 14. To the paint. White for three. Lillard pulls down the board. The Bucks trail by 7. Pass to Portis. From deep. He drops it from range.
You have to love their intensity right now, getting hot at the perfect time.
Well, you love their execution to get back in it. This game's very much in reach for them.
And it's Lillard with the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Antetokounmpo, left side. To the middle. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
And the key for Lopez is getting established positioning. Once this happens, the D has to foul.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to go. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up in. Has called timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. Coach cautioned his team against feeling comfortable. He said the moment we take our foot off the gas, they're back in it. Let's push through the finish line. Brian?
Okay, thank you, Allie. Back to Brown. And stolen by Jackson. Antetokounmpo, left side. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter. Boston pulls it in. They kick it out to Porzingis. Outside Tatum. Back to Porzingis. 5 to shoot. Late clock. The Celtics got to hurry here. They get it back. The kick out to White. Boston, no good that time either.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
There's 42 seconds left in the fourth. Back to Tatum. They double-team Tatum. Back to White. To stop the drought. And it's White again missing.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
We've got 22 seconds left in the game. Antetokounmpo surveys. Pass to Lillard. Screen by Antetokounmpo. From deep three-point land. And another miss by Milwaukee.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot. But better luck next time, maybe.
That's one of those heat check shots. And heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
5 ticks left to play in the fourth quarter. And that's an intentional foul.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
First free throw is good. And that puts him up 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 6-point ball game.
No doubt, that just about seals it.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're behind by 6. All right, guys, what's your take?
Not an ideal situation for them. They've got to make a 3, then foul, hope for some misses, and make another 3.
Misses. So we see the Celtics get the win here. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory, but a win's a win.
And so true, but you have to credit the crowd for giving them such a big boost toward the end. It really kept this team's energy high.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Grant Hill, Allie